Thank you for giving us your time. The town hall provided a platform for the people of Benue to amplify their voice. Are you satisfied, perhaps, that the world has a truer picture of what is going on in Benue State as a result?
Well, not exactly, because the town hall gave an opportunity for people to speak out. But of course, because of limited time, people could not speak out on all aspects of the crisis. For example, I don't think the town hall actually analyzed critically the role of the military and security agencies. They didn't. We could not have enough time to do that. The truth of the matter is that the military is not supposed to be so interested in internal security. Their mandate, constitutional mandate, is to secure the state from external aggression. So when you bring the military to do some internal security duties, they are not prepared for it, and it has happened in the Northeast, it's happening in the Northwest, and it's happening in the North Central, and it happened in the Southeast. Truth of the matter is, it is becoming quite clear that for many of the military who are drafted in to look at the internal security, they look at the business angle. They benefit from it. In Benue State, for example, and North Central, when people are chased away from their ancestral lands, we've discovered that the military are incidentally the farmers. They go there and they farm. So I don't think we're able to look at that critically. We're not able to look at that critically.
Okay.
We're also not able to, possibly because of time, to look at the international dimension to this challenge. We're not able to look at this. We're not able to look critically at what is happening in the Sahel and the extent to which elements of what is happening in the Sahel are impacting on the southern latitudes, especially in the North Central. We're also not able to look at some of the people or groups that are actually conniving with the Fulanese to attack different parts of this country, because it was quite clear that these Fulanese are not Nigerian.
All right, you've raised quite a number of areas that the town hall was unable to cover, and you rightly pointed out the constraint of time. However, many speakers at the forum were united in the view that government negligence, if not apparent complicity, is at the foundation of what they say is a genocide. What is your charge to the Benue State government and the federal government on what they should be doing differently?
Well, it's quite clear that the Benue State governor has not been very open in terms of looking at the situation. Initially, he would say these are just mere skirmishes. Initially, he would even deny that there were any attacks on his own people, that is the Benue people. So there was a lot of denial. And because there was a lot of denial, it is quite clear that even the president was not properly informed, because the governor is on record to have visited Abuja and told the president that there was no problem in Benue State, that there was peace. And the governor was incidentally telling lies on national television. So when the president came, it was an opportunity for the governor to have opened up to him. He didn't. There are two critical things which the governor refused to do when the president came in. The first was to insist that all the lands, ancestral lands annexed by the Fulani in Benue State should be returned their owners. That is a precondition for lasting peace. If these lands are annexed and they are not given back, there will be no peace. The governor didn't come out very clearly on that. In fact, he avoided that. The governor also avoided the fact that unless the IDPs who have been out of their ancestral lands, some of them for more than 10 years, unless they go back unconditionally, there will be no peace. And of course, the president ought to know that he is dealing with citizens of Nigeria.
Prof, let me interject a bit. I know we don't, I really wanted you to speak more, but we're time pressed as always. You talked about, you know, ancestral land annexed to Fulanis to be returned, and you talked about IDPs going back, but particularly, I'm curious as to you laying all the blame at the doorstep of the governor as to raising these issues. Yes, he might have the failing, but the presidency has security chiefs who might know some of these issues. So is it a shared responsibility? And yes, you are pointing out the issues, but I would have suggested, asked more to speak about what they should be doing. Is this going to be, the two things you've mentioned now, are they the only solutions?
Solutions, but the president is worried that there's no peace. The president is worried that people should live in peace with each other. The president is worried that there should be stability. And a governor who is interested in the security and welfare of his people should be able to lay down on the table clearly the conditions for stability, clearly the conditions for peace. The truth of the matter is that all the attacks on Benue have been done on ancestral lands, on farms, and in people's houses while they are asleep. No community in Benue has actually left Benue borders to go and attack anybody.
Okay, briefly, so before we let you go, sir, if we see you are an elder statesman, elder in the land, very familiar with these issues, and I'm sure there are lots of people like yourself who understand what these issues are. So if an understanding of what the problem and the solutions are is already on the table, what is left to bring that peace? Is it still falling on the table of the governor and the federal government, or there is more? In 40 seconds, if you can, sir.
Well, the truth of the matter is the governor is in the center of everything. It depends on what he tells security agencies. It depends on what he tells the president. It depends on what narrative he is putting out there. And those of us who are in Benue are saying that the narrative he's putting out is a weak narrative, is a narrative that is erroneous, and is a narrative that doesn't seem to protect the people of Benue State. For example, if a governor comes and says that he doesn't depend, or rather believe in self-defense, what is he telling you? That somebody attacks you while you are sleeping in your own house, you should not defend yourself? That if somebody is coming to attack you on your farm, just because he wants his cows to share your farm produce,
I really hate to do this, Prof, but we are out of time, Prof. I really hate to do this. I hope I can get you on the news or perhaps have an exclusive conversation on this subject subsequently. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.